So there's part two where I finally get the garden bed in place, and now I can go ahead and start filling it up. And right behind me is the garden bed. I think it looks good. There's a few things I wish I could have changed. I would have preferred using maybe like 3" by 3" angle iron, and I think it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, so that way the corners would have been really rigid. I think that would be more ideal, because I do feel like maybe over time this thing is gonna end up like blowing out from the pressure, the soil in there, and then eventually the compaction, and then it's gonna want to displace, and the easiest way to displace it is horizontally. So it's eventually gonna push on the corners and the center pretty hard, but I'm happy with it. It looks nice. Now I need to go fill up about half of this with wood chips, and then I'll go ahead and put my compost and some old potting mix in the top like 1 foot or so. All right, so I now have the bed filled up. This is some really well-aged horse manure. It sat at the horse property for over a year, she had told me. And then I brought it here, I started adding water. I then added in some of my own compost and some other little bit of material that needed to be composted, mainly greens. And then I just added water and kept turning it for the last like 2 weeks or so. And it's cooked down pretty nice. There was a lot of, I think, wood shavings from like the horse stall where they use like wood pellets or some kind of like nice, really fine wood shavings in there. So there is still a little bit of wood shavings in it, but that's all right. They'll break down over the long term, and that's fine. This bed's gonna be here for a long time. I did fill probably a little bit more than half of it with wood chips. And then this is about 10 inches or so of manure and compost. And then the rest I filled up with this compost that I made. So now I just need to level it out, give it a good watering, and I need to put some kind of cover over it. I don't want to use wood chips to cover this. That would kind of defeat the point. So I'll see what I have. I don't have any straw, and with it just not being safe anymore, I don't want to contaminate this, so I'll figure out what I'm going to put on top of this, but it does need a good mulching on it. That way it doesn't dry out and it can stay alive, because we are in the middle of summer, or we're coming to the middle where it's getting really hot now. So it's going to be a few weeks before I start planting my end of summer crops. So at least it's up, it's done. I'm happy with it. Happy growing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I hope you like it. I did it for you guys.